Here's Bucky's, just south of Macon, Georgia. Famous place with over 100 pumps. It's got some gas. I'm gonna stop in for a quick breakfast sandwich or something. Bucky's, and then the famous Bucky, whatever this guy is. He's all masked up. What up, dude? Yeah. If you like spending money on nonsense, this is the place to go. I mean, keep in mind, this is a gas station. The famous Bucky's. Yeah, it's nice and early. I'm in Sylva, North Carolina, just in the lower end of the Smokies, and I'm heading right through the heart of the Smoky Mountains. Today going up 441 to Gatlinburg, and then east to Johnson City, and then a little bit north to 81 and back home. So I'm going to film the mountain road from here to Gatlinburg, and maybe stop and get some pictures. So yeah, it's going to be a beautiful day. So I'm just entering 441 right now in Cherokee, headed to Gatlinburg. So I reviewed a little bit. There's a lot to see, but a lot of it is I'm not really 100% sure if I have to exit off the road and do a little exploring. So I guess we're just going to have to wing it as I go, see what happens. Try to get out and get some pictures and some filming and some of the cool stuff. I know here in Cherokee there's a museum, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of museums. However, I know people who watch these videos are. So I think as I go along, I may start to consider that, and when I put these videos together, checking out the museum and showing some of the history of the area. The official entrance to the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. And this is 441 heading to Gatlinburg, and so that's my day, my morning. Newfound Gap. This is right on the border of Tennessee and North Carolina. I think it's the what they say is one of the highest points in the Smokies. So it's up here. We're going to walk down to that little structure way down there in a minute. Yeah, this was a nice stop here. Even though there's a ton of people, still gorgeous. This is why there's a ton of people. But this is right on the border, Tennessee, North Carolina line. So once I start winding down to the bottom, well, getting closer to Gatlinburg, it'll be permanently in Tennessee, but I keep going in and out of Tennessee and North Carolina at this point. So, yeah, get back on the road. So yeah, I have seen a ton of people and cars, and now I think I understand why early on I didn't see any, because I was up so early, and now it's getting later in the day. It's 10:30, so there's more people. Not as much as I'm sure in the summertime, and that's why I can see how this would be kind of a bummer, seeing so many friggin' vehicles on such a beautiful route. And it's scary for the driver, because the driver wants to take a couple of rubberneck looks to the left and right around some of these turns and not paying attention. It's it's a nice little trek. I'm still about 25 miles to Gatlinburg, so there's still quite a ways to go, but so we'll still do some filming. So I was driving down to the left It just reminded me of when I was out in Colorado last year, going through some of the back roads and seeing all the burned out sections. And I couldn't really tell because the trees were so far away. They just looked dead. So now that I'm descending into this section a little further, you can see a lot of the charred roots, tree trunks. So at one point, this area saw some fire. So there's a lot of, fire damage in this area. And I think you can see it much more prominent because it's not quite season, so the leaves are bare, the trees are bare, no leaves. So you can see the damage and all the dead trees as a result. Just such a beautiful ride so far. I mean, I've been really impressed. And years ago, when I had gotten out of the service and I was working in music, I traveled around this area a lot and have never been through the Smokies through this particular road. Always, above it or below it, which are the main interstates, main highways and everything going from one city to the next. But this cuts right through the heart of it. I mean, it's spectacular. It really is. And again, to my left, there's more damage. Loads of trees down, charred trunks. Some trees still standing, and you can see, the charred remains up a little further than the trunk. And perhaps I will look it up as to when that happened, because I don't remember the Smoky Mountains on fire. And it's hard to tell. I think if it was recent, it would be more obvious. But I don't think it was recent. I think it might have been, quite a few years ago. Well, not quite a few, but anyway, I'll have to look it up. Yeah, this is like crazy town here. I've had no idea. This is just coming down the mountain and into one hell of a tourist trap. And literally went for almost a mile and a half back, and I was like, why aren't I filming this? This went on for quite a ways. I mean, very long. So I'm still in the mountains. I'm hugging the Tennessee North Carolina border and heading towards Erwin, Tennessee. Yeah, so this is a favor for a friend of mine. I'm gonna stop somewhere and take a picture of something. He's in Dallas and he has something of interest in Erwin, Tennessee, and I'll tell you when I get there. Well, I'm here. I reached my destination, and as you can see behind me, it's a cemetery. My friend knew I was close to the area, and he asked me to come see his mother's grave and take some pictures. So I did one step further, got some flowers. I'm not going to give the name. I'm going to take pictures for him, but not for this video, for privacy reasons. So yeah, this is definitely my last stop for filming. Video's over, homeward bound. Thanks for checking out the Crankcast Americana.